Welcome to my channel ASV Gurukul. I am Satya. The ocean of this life on the earth is very hard to cross. Waves of bad thoughts hit high, touching our ego of I and mine. Hatred, jealousy play a vital role towards our bad deeds. But the devotees of Sadguru Sai have least fear about all these deeds. Sai is a destroyer and also is our boat who will safely take us across the ocean of this life. Let's start moving our thoughts and deeds towards the 15th chapter of Sai Satcharitra today. The readers may remember that mention was made in the sixth chapter regarding the Ram Navami festival in Shirdi, how the festival originated and how in the early years there was great difficulty in getting a good Haridas for doing Kirtana on those occasions, and how Baba permanently entrusted this function Kirtana to Das Ganu, and how he has been doing it successfully ever since. Now, in this chapter, we shall describe the manner in which Das Ganu has been doing the Kirtana. Naradiya Kirtana Paddhati. Generally, our Haridas, while doing the Kirtana, wear a gala and a full dress. They put on a headdress, either a pita or a turban, a long flowing coat with a shirt inside, an upparani, that is a short dhotar, on the shoulders, and use long dhotar from the waist below. After dressing himself in this fashion for some kirtanas in the Shirdi village, Das Ganu once went to Baba for prostrating before him. Baba asked him, "Well, bridegroom, where are you going dressed so beautifully like this?" "For doing a kirtana," came the reply. Then the Baba said, "Why do you want all this paraphernalia, coat, uparani, and pita, etc.? Lay off all that before me. Why wear them on the body?" Das Ganu immediately took them off and placed them at Baba's feet. Thenceforth, Das Ganu never wore these things while doing the kirtana. He was always bare from waist upwards. A pair of chiplis was in his hands and a garland around his neck. This is not a consonance with practice generally followed by all the Haridas, but this is the best and the purest method. The sage Narada, from whom the Kirtana Paddhati originated, wore nothing on his torso and head. He carried a veena in his hand and wandered from place to place singing the glory of the Lord. Mr. Cholkar's sugarless tea. Initially, Baba was known in Pune and Ahmedabad districts, but Nana Sahib Chandorkar, by his word of mouth, and Das Ganu, by his splendid kirtana, spread the fame of Baba in the Konkan, that is Mumbai Presidency. In fact, it was Das Ganu, may God bless him, who, by his beautiful and inimitable kirtanas, made Baba available to so many people there. The audience who came to hear the kirtanas have different taste. Some like the erudition or learning of the Haridas, some his gestures, some his singing, some his wit and humor, some his preliminary dissertations on Vedanta, and some his main theme, and so on. But among them, there are very few who, by hearing the Kirtana, get faith and devotion or love for God or saints. The effect of hearing Das Ganu's Kirtana on the minds of the audience was, however, electric, as it were. We give an instance here. Das Ganu was once doing his kirtana and singing the glory of Sai Baba in Kaupinishwar temple in Thane. One Mr. Cholkar, a poor man serving as a temporary employee in the civil courts in Thane, was amongst the audience. He heard Das Ganu's kirtana most attentively and was much moved. He there and then mentally bowed and owed to Baba, saying, Baba, I am a poor man, unable to support my family. If you, by your grace, I pass the departmental exam and get a permanent job, I shall go to Shirdi, fall at your feet, and distribute sugar candy in your name. As luck would have it, Mr. Cholkar did passed the examination and did get the permanent post, and now it remained for him to fulfill his vow. The sooner the better. Mr. Cholkar was a poor man with a large family to support, and he could not afford to pay for the expenses of a Shirdi trip. As is well said, one can easily cross over Nanghat in Thane district or even the Sahayadri range, but it is very difficult for a poor man to cross Amberghat, that is the threshold of his house. As Mr. Cholkar was anxious to fulfill his oath as early as possible, he solved to cut down his expenses and save money. He determined not to use sugar in his diet and began to take his tea without it. After he was able to save some money in this way, he came to Shirdi, took Baba's darshan, fell at his feet, offered a coconut, distributed it with a clean conscience along with sugar candy, as per his vow, and said to Baba that he was much pleased with his darshan and that thus his desires were fulfilled that day. Mr. Cholkar was in masjid with his host Babu Sahib Jog. When the host and the guest both got up and were about to leave the masjid, Baba spoke to Jog as follows: Give him your guest cup of tea fully saturated with sugar. Hearing this significant words, Mr. Cholkar was much moved. He was wonderstruck. His eyes were bedewed with tears and fell at Baba's feet again. Mr. Jog was also curious about this direction. Baba wanted by his words to create faith and devotion in Chokar's mind. He hinted as it were that he got the sugar candy as per his vow, and that he knew fully well his secret determination not to use sugar in his diet. Baba meant to say, if you spread your palms with devotion before me, I am immediately with you. Day and night, though I am here physically, still I know what you do beyond the seven seas. Go wherever you wish over the wide world. I am with you. My abode is in your heart, and I am within you. Always worship me, who is seated in your heart. Two lizards. Now close this chapter with the story of two little lizards. Once Baba was sitting in the masjid. A devotee sat in front of him when a lizard ticked. Out of curiosity, the devotee asked Baba whether this tick-ticking of the lizard signified anything good or was it bad omen. Baba said that the lizards were overwhelmed as her sister from Aurangabad was coming to see her. The devotee sat silent, not making out the meaning of Baba's words. Immediately, a gentleman from Aurangabad came on horse back to see Baba. He wanted to proceed further, but his horse would not go as it was hungry and wanted grams. He took out a bag of grams from his shoulder to bring grams and dashed it on the ground to remove dirt. A lizard came out from there and, in the presence of all, climbed up the wall. Baba asked the questioner devotee to mark her well. She at once went strutting to her sister. Both sisters met each other after a long time, kissed and embraced each other, whirled around and danced with love. Where is Shirdi and where is Aurangabad for the lizard? How should the man on the horse back came there from Aurangabad with the lizard, and how should Baba make the prophecy of the meeting of the two sisters? All this is really very wonderful and proves the omniscience and the all knowing nature of Baba. Postscript: he who respectfully reads this chapter or studies it daily will get all his miseries removed by the grace of Sadguru Sai Baba.